They pepper sprayed the inmate.
I don't care. Handcuffs. She gonna get it. Stand right here. Lock it down. Lock it down.
I'm Katie Piper, and I'm spending a month inside one of the most notorious jails in America.
A little bit nervous because there's always that trepidation of how are they going to receive me.
15 years ago, a violent attack changed my life forever.
They probably don't think that I've had an insight to that life. I spent a lot of time thinking I should have killed him.
And since then, I've been trying to understand why people commit violent acts.
Do you regret it?
Do I regret it?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So by spending time with those accused of the most shocking crimes.
Possibly quite a lot of people are there for murder. A naive side of you can think, I would never kill anyone.
And becoming a part of their world.
Oh, it's a strap-on for you to do it to the other girl.
I'm getting to know the women on the inside.
Come on back there.
To find out what drove them to kill.
Some people's stories don't add up.
So you just stand there and you listen to whatever they have to say.
Understand where they came from.
Some people's stories are really sad.
I don't feel like I'm dying, but then I don't know what I'm supposed to feel like.
And ask if violence can ever be justified.
I don't actually remember pulling the trigger, but the gun went off.
The overprescription of opioid-based pain medication in the 1990s sent America into an opioid epidemic, which it's been battling with for over 25 years. It has a direct knock-on effect to the country's legal system, and it's estimated that across Louisiana's institutions, at least 80% of detainees have some sort of alcohol or substance abuse disorder. But not all addiction manifests in the same way.
So we're heading back to the jail. I'm heading to intake. So that is where people arrive. So when they first get arrested on the street, they will get taken to intake to be processed. I guess most people aren't happy about being arrested. And some people might have been leading a chaotic life. They might be drunk, they might be high, in some kind of distress, denial. And how do you deal with people like this?
I'm meeting one of the other captains of the jail to take me through to intake.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing, Captain Steele?
I'm doing good.
So you're going to look after me today, right?
Yes.
Yeah? I'm in good hands.
Yes.
So when people come off the street, is this where they go in?
Yes, this is where NOPD will bring them through to start the booking process.
How you doing?
How
I'm
you doing?
Katie.
We have about 70-something people in lockup.
So these cars coming in and out now, I mean, one's actually just pulled up. Is this literally someone who's just been arrested?
Yes.
This is a new inmate?
Yeah.
Oh, right. It's quite busy today, isn't it?
Yeah. Every day is a good day.
Not for everybody.
Not for everybody.
Nearly 90,000 people are booked into local jails each year in Louisiana. They'll have everything they came in with taken away, to be collected by family or to be stored, sometimes for years. If there's cell space, this process might take a few hours. If not, they could be down here for days.
When arrestees come in off the street, they'll hold them right there in this area so they can be screened by medical.
Sure, okay.
Yeah. These are holding cells. We have a lot of people in lockup right now for those people.
You could end up in here with multiple people.
Yes. This is the ATM.
Yes.
Let's just say if they want to bond themselves out.
How many people have got enough to bond themselves out?
I've been working here 10 years. I probably only seen maybe 1 or 2 people.
Do you know what I find weird, right? Because you come to the jail to protect society, but if you've got the money to pay...
You get right back out.
Yeah,
Right,
so what
right.
about money or no money? You're still a danger to society, aren't you?
Right.
Is there a point in your career where you get kind of wise to stories and...
Everybody want to be heard, and I have to learn that. Sometimes I just gotta listen to your story. Not judge it, just listen.
Just listen.
Do you ever get scared working here?
No, I haven't. But when I do, I probably would quit.
As tensions rise, we're asked to leave. So Captain Steele escorts me back to the pod.
So how long have you worked here at the jail?
12 years.
Oh, wow, it's a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You ready for retirement, huh?
Oh, really? Is that how you feel? You look too young for retirement.
I don't think so. I think I deserve to be on the beach.
We missed you.
Yes, I know.
We missed the law and order.
That'll work.
Captain Picard has been off over the weekend, but now is back to business as usual. Intake made me realize how scary it must be when you first arrive here.
Hey, how are you?
I'm all right. How you doing? Can I sit down?
Yeah.
Kim has been here for 2 years waiting for a trial and is due to go to court this week.
What are you doing, reading?
Yeah, reading the Daily Bread.
Oh, let's have a look. Oh, nice. Did they give this to you in church?
No, my mom actually signed me up for a subscription. I jumped in my car and pulled off. As soon as I got to a safe distance, I returned to check on her, and that's when I noticed she was dead. My name is Kimberly. My charge is second-degree murder.
What's your time been like in here?
It's been ups and downs, mostly downs. Getting set back in court. This is my first ever time getting arrested. First ever time.
First ever time?
Yes.
How old are you?
I'm 30. It was scary, like at first. Like my first time just coming in, being put in the back of the police car.
It's not like a history of violence.
Nope.
Some of the women in here, they're from maybe families that have gang violence in them. But your family, that's not the background.
No, when I came here, my family didn't know quite how the phone system worked. They didn't know how commissary worked. As a family, we went to church. We went out eating every Sunday. Growing up in high school, I did all the activities, played sports. I was the vice president of my class every year. All of my siblings look up to me, all of them.
What happened then?
It was more of an accident. Me and my girlfriend at the time were in an argument, and she threatened my life, and I kind of shot before, she could.
So she pulled a gun on you?
She went to her car to get one.
Okay, and then you had a gun yourself?
Yes. I was in the military for 5 years. I got to do a lot of jobs. I got an honorable discharge from the military in 2016, and I became a school bus driver. I enjoyed every aspect of it. It gave me the opportunity to mentor younger kids in the city.
And you shot her where?
It was in the back of the neck.
So what happened to you that day?
Out drinking, fussing, just one too many drinks for the both of us.
How often do you think about the crime and the consequence, or is it something that you've heard?
Think about it every day.
You do?
Yes. I normally just walk away. But that particular day, I didn't walk away. The arguments we were having earlier that day got intense. She punched me in my mouth and punched me in the top of my head. And when I went to push her off of me, she said she was gonna kill me. and she went to her trunk, and I already had my gun. I was afraid for my life, and I shot.
If you were the judge and someone's lost their life, what would you do with you?
I hope and have mercy on me, and, you know.
If you shoot somebody from the back and the neck, how is it not your intent to murder them?
Because I didn't aim, I didn't think twice, I just shot.
Yeah.
I can't know for sure if what Kim is telling me about her relationship and the night of the shooting are accurate, but her version of events will be tested when she goes on trial. She does seem unlike many of the other women here. However, I'm not sure that her background means she deserves more leniency from a judge. She said both her and the victim had been drinking, but I feel that there is more to her story than what she's telling me.
I feel like an intake is the day where your life could change forever. In England, you would be arrested and go to a police station and then usually bailed for a later date, with no money being involved. Not here. Not here at all. You sort of feel like you arrive and you lose everything at that point. So every morning, we're taking the same route to the jail, and you're seeing the same people. I mean, you can see it here. There's a lot of tent towns, people permanently living on the streets. And it's funny because, you know, the people that I'm talking to all day, a lot of them were living like this, especially the ones that were dealing with addiction.
Oh, you ain't gonna say come on? It's gonna be. So seem as though y'all can't get it right over here, right? So if y'all can't get it right, I'm gonna get it right for you all. Cause seem as though it's a problem over here. Now it's not none, no. But seem as though if y'all can't get along, I'm gonna show y'all how to get along. This is how we're gonna operate until y'all can get along.
The women have been told that they can put on a talent show at the end of the week if behaviour is good. I can imagine if you're new to this place, it must be hard to adapt. I've been told that unlike Kim, Lisa does know the system well and has been in jail many times.
All right, so this is what I do. I get a deck of cards, and I have a different exercise for each one of the, like the ace, the deuce, the 3, and the 4. So my aces, I do 35 jumping jacks.
35?
35.
Okay.
Well, we can start at 10. You want to start at 10?
Okay, all right.
Okay, you got to work your way up.
Yeah.
So let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right?
Okay, nice. We need a better bra.
And then what I do is I just basically jog.
Okay.
From here to there, yeah. Yeah, like this.
Like in a
there you go,
circle,
right. Mm-hmm.
This is good for your steps, yeah. Uh-huh. Is this every single day?
Every single day.
Okay.
So I used to weigh 273 pounds.
Wow, okay. You doing it every day is great, because you need to do it every day, really.
Yeah, well, if I'm determined to do that, then there's a lot of stuff I should be determined to do, like stop doing drugs, drink, and all that, stop coming back and forth to jail.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that. Alcohol is my downfall. It makes things 100% worse.
Yeah.
When women do drugs and they drink, people take a looking down at them, or they think they could do them any type of way.
Take advantage of your vulnerability. Yeah.
All I know is they listed the charges, and my charges were terrible. I didn't remember what I did to get here.
What were the charges?
Aggravated assault with a firearm.
Okay.
How did I get done? I don't remember that.
Did you ever have a normal, safe house or life as a child?
My mom pretty much worked all the time. So that's why I rebelled and went wherever I wanted to go.
Do you feel judged as a woman?
Mm-hmm.
You do?
Oh, so I'd rather just get drunk or high to not even think about it. Because I'm beautiful when I'm drunk. I am, to me. And I get drunk and I put stuff like not guilty on my neck.
I wondered where that came from. Yeah. Nice to talk to you.
All right, thank you,
All right,
guys.
thank you.
I'm shocked that Lisa says she doesn't even remember getting hold of a gun, let alone shooting at someone. Jails just aren't equipped to deal with the vast numbers of people with addiction problems that roll through their systems. And it's estimated that once released, 90% will use again. So is being here really helping someone like Lisa?
I want to fuss. I'm gonna show them. Then I can tell them. So I want y'all to know I'm back here. Any fussing with that ice, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna stand right here and watch. I see 3 and 4 cups for no reason. Oh, we gonna see. I'm gonna stand right here and I'm gonna watch.
What do they do with the ice?
I mean, personally, me, as you can see, every time I get a break, I go eat ice.
Oh.
I love to eat. I get a big old bag from Sonic.
What about your teeth? Oh.
In jail, people have lost so much that even getting ice chips is a privilege. I want to talk to Kim again and find out a bit more about how she ended up losing everything.
So when we spoke before, I felt like you were quite unusual. How does someone go from like a settled life to winding up here on charges for murder?
Well, I had a great life. I had a great career, great family, was in the military.
What did you do in the military?
I fixed weapons.
Right, okay.
After I became a bus driver, life was pretty normal for me at that point. Then I got in a car accident.
You got in a car accident? Okay, were you driving?
Yes.
Yeah.
Someone hit me.
Right.
And, I went to physical therapy and everything, and they prescribed me drugs. I had a head injury and a neck injury.
Right. So what drugs were you prescribed?
Tramadol.
Right.
And muscle relaxers. Once you get on those type of medicine and you get the feeling of those, it's like you enjoy the feeling.
And it was daily, taking them?
Yes.
So as you got deeper into relying on these drugs, what did that do to your life?
It kind of took a turn. Like, me and my longtime girlfriend, we started separating, and that's how I ended up with my ex. And that's how I ended up. I first noticed that it was a problem when I couldn't get a script refilled, and I grew angry about that. Went back to the doctor and told him I was still having trouble. And we sat down and we had a conversation, me and the doctor, about it. And they kind of said, hey, you're kind of starting to get addicted to the pain meds. He did prescribe me more.
So your partner at the time, she didn't like the drug use, and that was...
She didn't know about it.
So what caused you two to separate then?
Just, I had mood swings. My mood started changing.
So you two split, and then you meet this new girl.
I met her at my job, and everything was fine in the beginning, but then it started taking a turn. She's wanted me to stop hanging with my friends.
I understand everything you're telling me, but at some point something changed where what was happening to you turned you to violence. I want to understand how it happens.
When she started hitting me, I kind of, brushed it off at first. I was like, okay, maybe I was wrong. I was shocked that I could do anything like that. I immediately contacted my mom and explained to my mom what happened. They told her, I'm going to turn myself in. My stepdad brought me to the police station, and I turned myself in. I put the blame on me at first, and then my friends kept telling me, no, it's not you, it's her. But I was like, no, maybe they were wrong. Maybe it is me.
There's this huge, like, missing part to the puzzle of, like, normal, nice life commits murder. Trying to get Kim to talk about what led her to kill her partner was difficult. She couldn't talk about that moment, the murder, and what led to it. I'm not sure I'll get much more from her about this.
Kim's reliance on prescription medication is not uncommon. Up to 30% of people prescribed opioid-based pain medication misuse the drugs.
So if you making it bad right now, I was observing you. Say less.
Say less.
Say less.
I feel like you're a disciplinarian. You run a tight ship.
As you can see, if you turn your back, they're doing something.
Is it a hard job to do them?
But this is my passion. It's not a job for me, it's my passion.
How come?
I love to work with people. I love to help people.
Because these are the people that society have turned their backs on.
They don't have no support and help. Just take like 5 or 10 minutes and listen to them. You can see what's going on. They just might want to tell you, well, Miss Pico, I just need a court date, but I have a good heart.
Well, I see that on the block because people come to you for lots of different reasons, and they want to hug you, and they come to you like a friend.
So you gotta have some type of response for that person.
Yeah.
Even our coworkers, there may be a bad day they're going through. You just take 5 minutes and say, let's talk. What's going on? What could we do to help you? So we have a lot like that.
When you first started, did it take a long time to build the trust and the respect?
Yes, it takes a while.
And no one's ever attacked you or tried to fight you?
They would say, like, oh, I'm gonna throw something on you, I'm gonna spit on you or whatever, we about to start fighting. No, it don't happen. But whatever I do, I don't bring it home, I leave it here. And whatever goes on at my home, I do not bring it to my job. Because if you mix the two, I'll be crazy. Who gonna help me?
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody. Once you open that door, you can't stop it.
Yeah.
If you're weak, you beat. Only the strong survive.
So you're never gonna retire?
Oh, no. I think I'm gonna die here.
Wow, don't say that.
Yes.
I feel like Kim's story is quite unusual. She was just telling me about her life, her family, all these kind of normal things. And I'm just like, how has she gone from that to, like, sitting here in jail awaiting a murder trial? You know, do you have to be a certain type of person to be able to kill somebody? I think there's probably still time for me to talk to her a bit more. It is really early. I think it's about 6:20 in the morning, and people leave for court at 7. It's always a little bit up in the air, so word on the street is Kim is heading to court. So I'm gonna try and jump in the bus and head to court with Kim. Could get cancelled, could get pushed back. But just like the women, staying optimistic, staying positive, and see what today holds for Kim.
Good morning, good morning.
Hello, hi.
Same, my name already on here, huh?
When I arrive, some of the women are getting ready for the talent show coming up at the end of the week. I spot Kim. It seems she didn't make it to court after all.
No updates at this moment.
What do you think's happened?
A reschedule, a setback.
Oh, I'm frustrated. How must you feel?
A little emotional.
And also, it's like, if you had gone to court, you also don't know what would have happened in court either, good or bad.
Correct, but I would have had more of a sense of one step closer to home.
Is this the first time they've pushed it back then?
What happened in the past is they bring me down and they actually bring me to the docks or the courtroom, and they kind of give me a reason, hey, we were scheduling you because of overbooking or the DA is not here. I'm not gonna say I'm not nervous, of course. It is my life. that's pretty much going to be in a judge's hands. I was certain that that the right thing to do was to turn myself in. I felt like I let my mom down. On that day, I lost everything.
You must have been thinking about, you know, going to court. It was supposed to happen today. Did you have any predictions in your head of what might happen?
I had a prediction that they would lower my charge.
To what?
Maybe negligent homicide or manslaughter.
So how long were you expecting to go to prison for?
If they drop it down to negligent homicide, that holds up to 5 years.
Okay.
And if they drop it down to manslaughter, that holds up to 10 to 40.
How do you feel about those two sentences?
Compared to second degree and life in prison.
What do you think's the right charge to give you?
Justifiable homicide.
I'm not sure if I feel that the crime that Kim committed was justified in any way, but it must be frustrating for her having her trial pushed back again. I wonder when she'll finally get her day in court. America has the highest number of pre-trial detention in the world, and 98% of cases end in defendants accepting plea deals before going to court. Kim's time in the military probably means she's comfortable with the structure of jail. Others, though, like Lisa, had a much more tumultuous life before coming here, so adapting to the rules must be harder.
Hey, Lisa.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good, so far.
What are you doing?
Just folding my clothes, just washed them.
Okay. So this is it a washer and a dryer?
This is the dryer.
This
is the washer.
Okay. And you do everyone's laundry or just...
I used to. I don't do that. We do our own laundry now.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
It is.
Yeah.
Gives us a little sense of, little bit of freedom.
Is it what you would have done at home?
What, wash clothes?
Yeah.
Well, at the time, I'm homeless.
You were? Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Where were you sleeping then?
Sometimes I slept underneath the bridge, the Claiborne Bridge.
Wow. As a woman, that makes you quite vulnerable.
Really, it does. And being an addict.
Yeah,
and drinking all the time and just being underneath there and not, not being aware of my surroundings.
So coming from being like sleeping under a bridge to sleeping here.
It's structured. I feel cleaner. I feel healthier. I get my sleep. And it's sad to say the jail had to take that.
And when did the addiction start? What age?
The real addiction when I was like 13 years old.
How old are you now?
I'm 47. I don't have anybody. I have my mom and my son, and they're all the way in Virginia.
Yeah.
I have nobody down here.
So what led you here?
Okay, so I had a problem with a man that, he did some things to me that he shouldn't have.
What do you mean?
He sexually assaulted me.
How did you get through that?
I just kept, doing my thing, getting high, and I didn't worry about it. But it was always in my mind.
I suppose the feelings exist, but you're like anesthetizing yourself.
Exactly. Absolutely. And that's exactly what I've done my whole life, pretty much. The guy, that sexually assaulted me, I seen him again, and he was like, yeah, bitch, and just looking at me weird. And I remember I didn't sleep or nothing. And so they say that, that I shot at the door where he lived at. And thank God nobody was hurt, nothing like that. I don't remember no gun, though. I don't remember no gun.
Do you carry a gun normally?
No.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I don't remember about the gun. I don't remember how I got it or nothing. In my police report, they said that I said, that's what you get for raping me. You raped me. You raped me. That's all I kept saying. I really didn't realize what was going on until I read my charges.
Why didn't you call the police on him when he assaulted you?
Because I was a prostitute. I get high. I get drunk. And all they're going to say is, oh, he probably didn't pay her, so she got it.
Right.
And it was embarrassing.
How many times in your life have you been sexually assaulted?
Quite a few. I remember the last time I got in the car with two men, And we were in New Orleans East, and we were going to the hotel. And
Right.
I knew better, all the rules of the prostitution game. Don't ever get in a car with more than one person.
Did you have a
I did.
feeling?
I did have a little
Yeah.
feeling. I get in the room, and there's 4 more men.
Right, okay.
And then I just take it from there. They didn't beat me as bad because I couldn't fight all 4. It's all 6 of them. They took their turn.
After that happened to you, did you talk to anybody? Did you go to a hospital? Did you go to a women's charity?
I just stopped crying. I just put on a facade where I was happy. I feel ashamed of myself. Like, I don't feel... Here it goes again. I hate this.
It's okay to cry.
Okay. Say something.
It's all right. It's okay to cry. It's not a weakness.
You can try. I know that this is my bottom, because I don't want to hurt nobody.
If you started getting high at 12 and you're 47, you don't even have like memories or times to call on to compare, to say, I want to go back to that, because you never really had it. And if you think about how dopamine is created in the body, and you think about the reward system you create as a child, a young adult, hers is completely messed up. Kim has quite a different story to some of the other women, but has committed a very serious crime. But you do have to keep bringing yourself back to the bigger picture of what they've done. You know, I have my own first-hand experience. I've been subjected to violence. I guess I could have acted in self-defense, and I didn't.
It's always more shocking when someone does something so out of character, and Kim's story has left me searching for answers. In-person visits aren't allowed at the jail, but she told me she has video visits with her mum every week. This morning I'm going to meet her mum, Dawn, to try and understand what her family think led her to jail.
Hey, Dawn.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
All right.
Good. Thanks for inviting me over.
Oh, yes, anytime.
Can I sit down? Is that all right?
Yes, yes.
Oh, I can see that's a little kid already. She hasn't changed at all, has she?
No, she hasn't.
Were you a really proud mum?
Oh, yes, yes. That's my first kid.
Yeah. Did she
Yes.
enjoy school?
She did.
Yeah.
She really did. She really did.
What was she like? Academic, creative? Like, what was her thing?
She wasn't shy. She used to get around and talk to people and play a lot of sports. She did a little track, and she always played basketball. If she was good at it, if she was bad at it, she got into it anyway. So this was her for her first prom.
Oh, look at her there.
yes.
Ah. So it just seems like this happy, normal life.
Yes.
She talked to me about how her life changed when she had this accident and she needed painkillers.
It hit her from the driver's side. But she sat in the hospital a long while. They did tests and everything on, and she went to therapy for it.
She's talked to me about how she was using the tramadol because she was in pain.
It takes a toll on you.
Where you were worried that things were unraveling or that maybe she was getting dependent on the medication.
I noticed things were funny before this situation happened, where I would call her and she wouldn't answer, or she would be distant for a while, and then she would come around, but she was trying to avoid me probably. And so I guess I wouldn't know what was going on.
You know, she's been really open about she felt she was in an abusive relationship.
A co-worker said she changed. She changed a lot. She wasn't the same that she was when she first got there. She was different.
There was this relationship that was changing her personality, And then there was the addiction to the painkillers.
Probably so. Probably did. You know, it did a number, those two together. Then you're trying to deal with something physical and then something mental.
Do you remember where you were that day when it all happened and how you found out?
I was home. I was home. I was home. She came to me. She just fell on her knees and just, she was crying and she was just like, no, no.
Because I guess nobody ever expects their child to arrive on their doorstep and say, Mom, I've shot somebody.
Yeah, it was a blow. It was. Yes.
Do you feel like Kimmy was trapped?
You know, you never really know what's going on inside somebody's head. She wasn't, you know, smiling and laughing, and she was not the same. But I can say this, she's very strong and she's very helpful.
She's a good friend to other people, yeah.
Yes, yes. And she's even friends to people that she might fall out with because she'll let it go.
So even hearing that, it makes you realize how out of character it is, what happened that day. Like, Kim had the whole of her life ahead of her. Why do you think it happened? What do you think happened that day for her to act so out of character?
I have no idea, but whatever had happened, it's just not her.
It always is going back to, like, everyone's someone's baby, someone's daughter. But you could say that about the victim's family. You know, that's the thing. And it's really hard. And yeah, I do agree that if you take a life, you must be punished. But is there any point in Kim being locked away for the rest of her life?
Back at the jail, the women are finishing up their speeches and poems for today's talent show.
How you doing? Good. So we're just talking about how she goes to court Wednesday.
So for your actual trial, guilty?
Right, I'm gonna have to plead guilty.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can get in a program. My thing is, it's the environment. I mean, if you're gonna be clean, you gotta be clean. Your house gotta be clean. Your body's gotta be clean. You know, the people you're around gotta be clean. Everything's gotta be clean. It's so much easier to say, nah, forget about it. I'll do it. You know, I'll start off better tomorrow.
Right. Is there a part of you, even now, that misses getting high?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
There it is, adrenaline, big adrenaline rush, like you're going on a roller coaster at Six Flags.
Yeah.
It's calling the dope dealer. It's going to get it. Getting the money, scraping the money up to get it. You know, it's everything. And it's a job.
What about the come down?
To come down, we usually try not to. I just really wish I could just stop using it, and it's so hard.
But we're addicts, and that's what we do.
And you talk a lot about programs and rehab, and I suppose some people might think, well, whenever I want to stop this, I'll just go to rehab.
Right. The first step is you got to want to stop.
If drugs had never, and alcohol had never been part of your life, who do you think Lisa would have been?
But I always wanted to work in the justice system because I always thought that it was corrupt. So I always wanted to do something different. Then I went from there because I instead of going to be one, I stand in front of one. But I really do care about people.
Yeah.
I really genuinely care. I really do.
Or making bad decisions doesn't make you a bad person.
The disease of addiction is the most terrible thing. To me, I'm actually, to be in jail, I'm blessed. I'm not dead.
I always get that, like, butterfly. Yeah. Do you get it as well? Yeah. Are you feeling it now? Yes. Yeah.
All right, people, listen. Audience, you have to be quiet.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us. My name is Lork, and I'll be your host for today's 2024 Who Run the World?
Girls.
talent show wouldn't have been possible without our very own Captain Picard of the OPSO Sheriff's Office and our special guest, Miss Katie Piper, visiting us all the way from the UK. We're gonna have Kimmy doing spoken word.
Everything you own, place it in a basket. Did you hear me? Everything you own, place it in this basket. Lost and confused, I reached down into my empty pockets, pulling out my freedom, my humility, and my pride. Would I ever get them back? As I proceed through this check-in process at this free hotel, I cry. I wonder, will I ever get them back?
Thank you, Kimmy.
I never thought I would ever shoot someone. I think about it every day. I lost everything.
People think, well, you've done something bad, so you can't come from something good. And that's not the case. People make bad choices. Kim was somebody to so many people. Every single person has a purpose burning in them. Look again. Look all around you and allow yourself to see the purpose in them. It's hard to be an angel until you have been a demon.
I want sober living. I don't want to just go to the streets.
She's never not been on drugs. She's got so many barriers and so many hurdles. But in the same breath, you see these amazing glimmers of hope in Lisa. Like, she has this discipline and this determination. She's got so much going for her. The stories are here. The stories are right here. Because the stories are you. Thank you.
I'm en route to 2 Alpha. Stand by. Step in yourself.
This guy is like in her face, screaming in her face. So you're having a different experience to the other women because you're heavily pregnant.
Yes.
So you could give birth in here.
I could. I pray that it doesn't happen.
The only thing I remember is screaming his name. Then after that, I pulled my weapon.
It's really sad, actually. Like, what was she doing? Like, she's got kids.